140 meters, meaning we've got 400 meters of climb left. Yeah! Those guys have got the right idea. I can really feel the altitude now. Just feels like you're breathing through a straw. No way! Oh my gosh! There it is! The Panama Margarita! Now I can see it. It's just giving me like a burst of energy. It looks so insane. We've still got a really long way to go. We've got to go down and then up. How are you feeling, Martin? Feeling good? Yeah, we're good. Just 10,000 margaritas pizzas left. Seem to have come out of the bad patch I was going through earlier where I had a bit of a headache. I feel okay now. I think it just seems to come and go in waves. Like, there she is! We're so close! Yeah, Martin? Yeah! Final push! We are so close. Literally about 5,000 margarita pizzas of elevation left till we get to Margarita Hut. Come on! We can do it. Is this the steepest section? Yep. Steepest section of the whole climb coming up. This is insane. So windy. What? We're on top of the world right now. Woo! Yeah, let's go! Woo! Oh my god! Wow, thank you so much. Oh mate, that's incredible.
Go inside to take a warm a little bit.
Yeah.
Martin was right. It was absolutely freezing on this ridge.
Sounds like a good idea to me. Let's go and see what Panama Margarita, the highest building in Europe, is all about.
Overnight, temperatures were going to drop to minus 10 degrees.
Oh,
And even inside the refuge, it was pretty damn cold. And in this moment, I could only think of one thing. The new Drio whole room heater, which allows me to take off my thick jacket instantly thanks to the 3D whole room heating technology, the 2-second instant heater, and the 8-layer safety protection system.
look at all the Crocs we've got here.
I'm in the changing rooms now. It's really, really busy. So I'm just going to get changed, slip on my Crocs, go check in, and then take you on a tour around Panama Margarita. I've heard they actually do wedding ceremonies here. So many things we need to find out. Drio has been the #1 space heater brand on Amazon US for 2 consecutive years, and they just leveled up massively with their new whole room heater. The 90-degree horizontal and vertical rotations paired with revolutionary fan technology means it covers 3 times the area of regular heaters. Whilst being whisper quiet. You can control the heater directly from the heater or using the remote. And I can keep this heater on all day without having to worry about my energy bill because it comes with eco mode, which gives up to 40% energy saving. I've had this heater on for a solid 20 minutes now, and touching it around the outside, it's not hot at all. That's the Cool Touch casing. And then this is the tip over technology. Within seconds, the heater's turned off. So transform your winter now using the Drio whole room heater, which you can get using the link in the description for less than $100. Thank you, Drio, for supporting the channel and keeping me warm this winter.
We're not messing about here. Straight in for the pizza. Let's go.
What did you say? It's the best? Your favorite pizza?
Yeah, they made it here and it's so good. It's not that thin, you know, it's quite big.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
I cannot wait for this. The fact that they've made this 4,500 meters up a mountain, mind blowing.
What do you think?
Oh my gosh, that pizza was incredible. Martin just let me know as well, there is actually Wi-Fi at this refuge.
Right guys, it's time for a tour of Margarita Hut. If you can't tell, it's still really, really windy. Well, let's go inside. Let's go inside. Right, so this is like the reception sort of area. People drop off their stuff here, all their climbing gear, helmets and that. And then this is also the same thing, but slightly bigger. So you've got some benches. I mean, look at all these Crocs.
The altitude's getting to me already.
This is the winter room. Margarita Hut is only open for 3 months in the summer,
and then for the rest of the year, it's closed, other than this room, and I think this room. No one at reception at the minute, but you can see coffee machine, beer on tap, wide selection of drinks. Also, you probably can't hear it, but there's always reggae playing in the reception, and I absolutely love it. More seating, look at the views, absolutely just looking at the views. Yeah, very good. And the next place we get to is the dining area. This is dining area. The kitchen is in there. Can't really see in, but that's where the magic happens. That's where the margarita pizzas are made. Got some books over here, some more books over there. Then the balcony. Wow. And then around the side here is a generator. That's how they get the power from solar panels and generators. Back inside, it's cold outside. There's just like random pictures of people everywhere, and I actually almost fell over when I saw this. Get ready. A shower! There is a shower here. Thinking about it, I think that says reserved, and it means reserved for the people that work here. At Capana Margarita, I think there is 6 rooms, capacity for 70 people. Look how many power sockets we've got. Luxury. We're room number 3. Look who's here. 7 beds in here and 4 people staying in here tonight. Pretty standard sort of refuge setup. Nice big comfy duvet, nice pillow. But this is the absolute centerpiece of this room. A balcony. Oh my gosh. It actually feels like I'm in heaven. It's insane. That is such a cool balcony. That is epic. Not that you need to see this, but here's the toilet. But with a view. Look at this. I mean, this might be the best view for ever. Cheers. Just ordered some more food because the margherita pizza was that good. Got some pasta. Oh my gosh. The parmesan. Martin's gone for a second margherita pizza. Oh, yeah. It was that good, he had to get another. Okay, we've made it to Capana Margarita.
Yes.
You've had 2 margarita pizzas. I was just going to ask you some questions. Having heard parts of his story, I sat down with Martin for an interview, but I didn't quite realise the huge financial risks he'd taken to become an alpine guide. Having quit his old job, which he didn't really enjoy, he pursued his dream of working in the mountains, and that's when he became an alpine guide in early 2025 after completing his rigorous and expensive training. But you're glad you did it?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
that's so cool.
it wasn't that easy, and but right now I can say I'm really happy, you know.
Oh, and do you have a general message to the world?
What I just thinking, the life it's so short sometimes,
Yeah.
you know. So you arrive to like the end of your days,
Yeah.
and you just thinking, oh, maybe I can went to Margarita, or maybe I wish I want to do that stuff, but right now it's too late.
Yeah.
So sometimes take time from yourself and try to enjoy more your life.
Yeah. Life's short, you've got to go and get it, haven't you?
Yeah.
That was brilliant. Bit of an update for you guys. It's currently 5 p.m. I've been here since 11 a.m. and I've just been lounging about all day. Dinner is being served at 6:30. Praying for more margherita pizza. 40 minutes till dinner. Just giving this bed a good old try out. It's really, really comfy, and that is not an exaggeration. I know we're at high altitude, but I just don't see how I can't sleep well tonight. Just bought a Coke. It's cost €6. A beer was 5. Saying that though, I think the rest of the food I've had has been pretty standard prices. Course number 1. Oh my gosh, those first 2 dishes were incredible. I'm slightly socially overwhelmed as I'm sat on a table with 6 people all talking Italian, and I don't know any Italian. But they seem really nice. How do they make such good food 4,500 meters up a mountain? This is so nice.
Bellissimo.
Dessert. No way. Look at this. There is literally
So a house for us is more family oriented and about us and the relationship that we have among us, and house is just a facilitator rather than a house being a showcase for somebody else to be welcomed into. This is a story of how architecture can step back, letting life and nature take the lead. Sheila Mai is a house that is designed to heighten your sensory experience. From the tactility of the walls, the chirping of the birds, the scent of the flowers, and the view of the garden and beyond. Hi, I'm architect Naman Shah from Sfera Blue in Ahmedabad. Join me for an exclusive home tour of Sheila Mai in Ahmedabad. To watch premium videos and access PDF ebooks with house plans, log on to buildofy.com. The link is in the description below. This is an architect's home. It belongs to me, my wife and 2 children. It revolves around the requirements of my 2 boys.
600 square foot house in
We are located around 16 kilometers outside the main city of Ahmedabad.
Main city is 10
There are more
kilometers
farmlands here than actual
Sirani
built structures. The basic plot that we have is around 400 feet in length and around 250 feet in width.
બધી રીતે best planning.
On the
Foreign
side,
style glass.
we have a lake. And
lake
this is
બનાઈ
where
પોતાની.
we supposed to have the house. This is the entrance of the approach of the house. So the majority of the view is on the west side of the house. This is a pathway leading to the entry veranda of the house. From the main porch, you enter into the vestibule, which is a double height. The first thing that you see when you enter into the house is this tree. It helped us end the railing, which is part of the staircase. This staircase is made out of metal with wooden. There's a small slide next to it. From the vestibule, there's a tapering entry. You go towards a living room. Suddenly you realize that there's no ceiling. This being the north side, you have diffuse light throughout the year. We don't want any partitions between the rooms as such, the common areas, so that the children can run around freely and everything. Instead of putting an actual photo frame, we have these cutouts in the wall. It kind of makes it look as if it's a photo frame which is put there. To have a seamless connection between the inside and the outside, Butex helped us specially to make large fenestrations, and you can completely open it out. Now these are all DGU glasses, especially because we are in a rural setting. So in the evening time, there's a lot of noise. So these help us shield the inside, and it's completely quiet once you are inside. So we have 2 vistas here. One is on the western side to the pond, and one is the northern side, which is another veranda. So now we are in the veranda, which is on the northern side. You come from the main entry through the banana path to here. For the greenery that we see around, we've gone for foodscaping. For the main landscape, what we have is the debris which was from the house. We put it in our land and we made them into contours. And these 6-7 contours that were made, we started having these bridges, wooden bridges. The main kitchen of the house, which is where most of the cooking happens, is right next to the dining area. The dining room is actually a community space for us. So we don't have any doors between the living room, the dining room and the kitchen. This double height gives us a lot of freedom in terms of the connectivity between the first floor to the ground floor. Being in a rural setting, our electricity is not quite constant. The auto sensor which we have for the overhead tank obviously fuses out the first and overflow starts. Because we have these DGU glasses, we cannot hear the water which is overflowing. We have a small slope which is there from the overflow. That water, once it collects, starts this waterfall which we have. The house is open on all four sides, so we have ample of light coming in from all directions. The dining area opens into the covered veranda. The TV room also opens into the covered veranda. The stone column behind me is actually a monolithic piece of granite. It's actually load bearing. The parents' bedroom on the ground.
सुजुकी वालों ने 5 साल में पहली बार अपनी वीस्टॉम को अपडेट किया है, वो भी कलर में। तो वाइट कलर मेरे सामने है, मैंने उठा लिया भाई नया, आते ही 26 तारीख को आया था और ये उठा लिया। और काफ़ी ज़बरदस्त लुक आती है भाई वाइट कलर में। ब्लैक तो काफ़ी लोगों के पास है, लेकिन वाइट यूनिक सा है। पूरे रोहतक में पहली बाइक है जो मेरे पास है। और भाई पीछे से ब्लू, और इस पर मैंने अपनी मॉडिफाई कर दी है, ये इस पर सैडल स्टेट क्रैश गार्ड लगा दिए हैं। अभी तुमको इसके बारे में भी जानकारी दूंगा। बाकी दूर से भी काफ़ी यूनिक लग रही है भाई। दूर से जाता हूँ तो लोग मुड़ मुड़ के देखते हैं, वाइट कलर ऐसा है। सुजुकी वालों ने 5 साल में पहली बार अपनी वीस्टॉम को
ये है भौकाली गाड़ी, सुजुकी की वीएस्ट्रॉम SX 250 गाड़ी। जो ब्लैक कलर का आप देख रहे हो ना, ब्लैक में ब्लैक पैंथर आपको देखने को इसका मिल जाता है भाई। ये एक ऐसी मशीन है जो आपको आपके हर मंजिल तक पहुंचाता है। अगर आप इसके एग्जॉस्ट साउंड सुनते हो तो काफ़ी बढ़िया यहाँ पे मिल जाता है। जैसे कि मैं आपको एक बार बताता हूँ, इसका हल्का सा जो है क्लच प्रेस करना पड़ता है। पहले क्लच को प्रेस करते हम लोग, और यहाँ से आप सेल्फ मारोगे तो ये गाड़ी कुछ इस तरीके से स्टार्ट होता है। अब आप इसके एग्जॉस्ट साउंड सुन लो। तो भाई एक ऐसी मशीन है सुजुकी का वीएस्ट्रॉम SX 250, जिसके अंदर जो है आपको 4 भल प्लस वाइल कूल इंजन, उसके बाद सुपर मोटो इसके अंदर मिल जाता है आपको।
This ADV motorcycle gets crash protection and you don't have to pay extra for it. Check this out. So what you get with the Zontes 350T is a crash guard in the front, knuckle guards, and a grab rail with mounts for that top box that you want to buy. It gets an electronically adjustable windscreen. First in segment, by the way. It gets tubeless tires in the front and the rear in spite of having spoke wheels. It's also got an adjustable gear lever. You see that? It can be adjusted to this or this notch. And it's fully keyless. This ADV motorcycle gets
Most funny plays start with being high skilled or 200 IQ, then they hit a wall, and that's when they become funny. Yeah, it's all fun and games until they beat you at your own game. I'm your host, Awesome Joey, bringing you the funniest moments in Valorant. Hit like, subscribe, and comment which play had you laughing the most.
What? اطلع منه لي بليز. او ماي جاد خسرنا. ما كذا يا اخي. ما بالحق.
Nah, don't worry, he got the tech.
Spike planted.
Indeed doesn't.
Last player standing.
Bro, wipers on side. Wipers on his side.
Fade. Fade.
What the? Fade.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Yep.
Go, go.
26. Hey.
It's in the moments that you feel like the play is in the bag, that it is in fact not in the bag or anywhere near you for that matter.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Run and gun, trust me.
No.
Planted. Saw you, little homie. Crash got a hit. You're on the loose.
What's your eye?
Pull them to their grave.
Plays like this give me some serious anxiety. I don't even have anxiety usually. I don't know. Watching them move around so close to the opponent, not knowing what's going on is nerve-wracking.
Spike down A. Out. Anticipate. Player standing. Wingman. Crash is ready. We're going again.
Oh. Go. Go. Oh.
30 seconds left.
If you need some clipping software, you should try Metal TV. It's linked in our description down below. It'll let you capture your best moments and send them into the channel.
Last player standing. You had your fun. My turn.
Someone fly. Right.
The hardest person to hit is the one that doesn't know you're there. It's not a new thing, but it's just as funny every time. Also, subscribe to our channel now if you haven't, so we can start the year off with a bang.
Oh my god!
Buset. Woi, buset. Missnya anjay. Missnya ngemis ya.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
C. Ngapain? C, mundur aja ke C. Boy, apa sih, boy?
Whoa, 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 what the fuck? What the fuck?
Ultimus. I got one.
Enemy remaining.
Lose it on purpose.
I'm so gay. I'm so gay. I'm so gay.
Last player standing.
Oh.
Enemy A.
Need help.
Reloading.
Right here.
Sometimes you have to use the rope. You just can't tank that 15 fall damage without paying the ultimate cost. Better luck next time for him, I guess.
I couldn't hit him! I couldn't hit him!
Reloading. Last player standing.
Oh, ang dami pa nila, grabe. Ulala.
Ano ba kayo? Paano yun? Allah eh. Ayun, malas mo. May matiming nga bang?
One enemy remaining.
Ate sige. Oh. Oo, blati. Uy, dalawang T. Oh. 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 Oh.
How do I get away with it?
Spike down A.
They can see me.
Let's go, Chamber. TP. No, other TP. Man.
Heal up, squad. One enemy remaining.
Close right.
Make noise running.
He's close right. Just hold him.
Serious.
He's stuck close right.
30 seconds left.
Wait, what?
Last player standing.
That was really mind-bendy. First they thought he was in the mail room, and next thing you know, they're all dead. How did Sky get there so fast?
Ça diffuse.
La line-up est bien?
Dernier joueur.
Allez, très bien. Très bien. On site.
J'ai fait une line-up
On
normale.
site. Ah bah si, il avait la half. Il a la half.
C'était limite. Nice. Nice. Side.
If I lose,
He's reloading. Nice. He's well played.
Spike down B.
Honey,
hunting
you don't want to move quicker.
I need a reset.
I'm not gonna lie, for a second I forgot that.
We tend to dust.
And I saw the KO ult, and I was like, oh, that's
my
great.
allies.
Target sighted B.
Your duty is not over.
Oh god damn it.
Last player standing.
What's inside?
Yeah,
the skin says Molly.
He's gonna miss that. He missed that. It's space. Oh my god.
One enemy remaining.
Dead, bro.
No. Are you serious?
Bring it.
What the hell? Come.
Oh my god.
One enemy remaining.
So the Rays fell to their death. The ISO got killed by someone that didn't know.
One enemy remaining.
So the Rays fell to their death.
What the hell? Come.
Oh my god.
So the Rays fell to their death. The ISO got killed by someone that didn't know he was there at first. Got it. That was great.
One enemy remaining. Have to keep it fun.
Yeah, I'm jiggling. How good.
Let's hit him. You can smoke long.
I'm smoking close for you.
Sky kill for flash.
Two.
One more.
Lost TP.
Un enemigo sigue en pie. Último jugador en pie.
Yeah, okay, just don't play off that. Yo, Jet. Yo, Jet. Raise! Raise!
Both? I don't. Yeah, both. I think I'm fairly certain.
Granada! Un enemigo sigue en pie.
Guys, yeah, be made as well.
One enemy remaining.
Satchel out.
Oh my.
T'as les Zincs et on va y aller. Attends, je vais mettre une fake TP. Merde, j'ai vraiment TP.
Dernier joueur en
Alright.
Spike down mid.
You don't have bomb.
Yo, Claudia, I'm getting off. Claudia, I'm not playing Valor. Claudia, I'm not playing Valor. Yo,
You want to play? Let's play.
No, title. No.
Oh.
Gonna give credit where credit's due. That Clove had the sh movement, spinning around, avoiding all the bullets. I was getting dizzy just watching them.
किसको चाहिए? किसको चाहिए? किसको चाहिए?
मैं ब्लू
हाँ ऐसा बोलना. M4 ले ले. मेरे को नहीं चाहिए. अरे क्यों डाली? आगे डाली ना. मैं स्मोक करता हूँ.
Be clear, guys. Kindly.
Grenade out.
Holding B. Holding B.
LT. Be are.
Grenade out.
B आ रहे?
Care.
Laying down smoke.
दूसरा भी है. नहीं बचा. गब्बर लेट कर दिया था. अरे वो इसको अच्छा हुआ मारा माउस में मतलब पटकाई क्यों तू आवाज मूवत न तू था तू. ओम सेव करना. तेरे पास पैसे है मेरे पास. अच्छा सॉरी.
Oh my god, this is so bad.
In this video, we're going to turn a 40-foot school bus into my personal tiny home. This is the biggest, most expensive video we've ever done, and it took us more than a year to complete. I can't believe it, but we're doing this again. Last spring, I decided I had it with rent, and I bought a full-size school bus.
Oh, it's big.
And this bus was going to make the perfect house because it ran beautifully and was super powerful. I'm going like 70 right now! Once we eventually got it home, there was a lot of work to do. It is time to remove 28 seats out of this bus. So while me and my girlfriend are removing these seats, let me explain to you just how crazy this build's going to be. The very first thing we're doing to this bus is cutting the roof off and raising it up nearly 4 feet. This will make it possible to put 2 stories in the back and make 9-foot ceilings inside. This will be the highest roof raise any bus has ever gotten on YouTube, ever. Our first step was taking the metal ceiling down and ripping that old nasty insulation out. Then we removed all the windows, and yes, this is why all of our videos have bus windows in them.
Dude, now I gotta drive this. It's like a zombie bus. Right?
To raise this roof, our dad actually designed 2 wooden jacks. These go on either side of the bus and will make it possible to jack this roof up safely and squarely. The next step was to cut the roof off like a can opener. Once we had everything cut off, it was time to try and lift it.
Okay, here we go. No way. Oh. It is. It's picking up the whole thing.
This took so many tries to get right, but eventually, we got it. This is our roof raise so far. You might be surprised to know that we're going another foot up. Once we finally reached full height, you can see how monstrous this bus is going to be. But now our number one mission was to get the jacks out of there because a strong gust of wind could blow this roof off. So we had to secure it very quickly with steel tubing. We did this by clamping them in the middle of the metal we cut in half, and then just welding it. This took all night. But once we were done, we had a solid shell, and all it needed was some siding.
Oh, freaking beautiful, man.
Oh, that's a nice big ring. With the roof raise complete, here's the before and here's the after. From the bottom to the top, it's 10 feet high.
Woo! Floor's going down, baby.
For the floor, we had a nice thick layer of plastic that keeps water outside of the bus. Then on top of that, we have 3-inch closed cell foam that will keep mold from growing anywhere and offer a ton of insulating. Then on top of the foam and 2x4s, we went with a nice thick layer of subfloor that wouldn't flex every time you walk on it. Dude, stop flexing, bro. Put a shirt on. Go get him a shirt, dude.
He's losing weight. He won't stop going shirtless everywhere.
Just because you have abs, bro, doesn't mean. After the subfloor is down, it was time to start framing in the walls. To do this, we used metal self-tapping screws to bolt these 2x4s to the poles that we welded.
We're gonna make this our front door.
The layout of this bus is going to be insane. We're going to have a bedroom, an office, a full-size bathroom, and a second bedroom. What we're framing out right now is a second bedroom, which is technically just a loft. The wall that supports this loft will also close off the driver's compartment, making it its own room. Then we framed out a flat ceiling. A lot of school bus conversions I've seen online have curved ceilings, which are cool, but I think flat ceilings like in a house would make this build super unique. Then we started framing out the bathroom, which is going to have a toilet, sink, and a full-size shower. And of course, in the very back of the bus, we have the master bedroom and the office.
This big empty area up here is gonna be the office. So I gotta put a floor in here. I think that's about it. I was trying to think of a list there.
In case you haven't noticed, the back of the bus is going to be 2 stories. On the second story is my office, and right now we're just putting in the floor and finishing up the framing where we can put the walls on later. Meanwhile, my dad was installing the windows in the kitchen.
Jay's out doing a video, Colby's helping him. I'm stuck here doing windows. Measure twice. Two windows are in. I think they look great. It's coming along.
The next challenge was installing massive water tanks underneath the bus. In this bus, or really any RV, there's three types of water tanks: a freshwater tank, a gray tank, and a black tank. The freshwater supplies clean water to everything in the bus. The gray tank is where the wastewater from the sink and the shower go, while the black tank is what you flush down the toilet. Now, according to Google, the average black tank size for an RV is 15 to 50 gallons. Mine is going to be 200. These black tanks are absolutely massive. I'll get like 250 flushes before I have to drain these tanks. Then the freshwater tank is 100 gallons. And finally, the gray tank is 100 gallons. That's it. And now that the water tanks were in, we could start plumbing. This was the last step before spray foam insulation. At this point, the bus was really starting to look like something. The windows were installed, the ACs were installed, the electric was done. The next time you see this bus, it's going to be spray foamed. I can't wait. I think now's a good time to tell you what this bus is for. About 6 years ago, I met my girlfriend Kelsey. And her and I made the decision to move out of our apartment and turn this bus into our dream home. And she has absolutely no idea, but when this bus is done, I'm taking it to the beach and I'm gonna ask her to marry me. Yep, that's a pretty crazy plan for a YouTube video. But for now, it's time to cover up all this spray foam with drywall. And as you can see, there is a lot to put up. All right, Kelsey, you are gonna put this sheet up. There you go. There you go. A little higher. A little higher. All right, hold on. Stop it there.
There you go.
Yeah, you're good. Once Kelsey headed out, Colby and I finished screwing in the first sheet, where we could move on to the hallway, which was pretty difficult. This is arguably our sketchiest piece of drywall so far. Will it tilt? Okay, I gotta help him. All right, we got it. Now we're just screwing it up. Then when we finished up the living room / kitchen area, we were able to drill a ton of holes for the can lights to go inside the ceiling and make this bus extremely bright. Wow, this looks so cool. And after nearly 2 months of working in a dark bus, we finally had light. Then I constructed my pantry. That way we could finish up the drywall in the kitchen. Right now, Colby's finishing up the laundry room and the end of the hallway where we can get started on the stairs and then the master bedroom. Meanwhile, I'm finally closing off the driver's cab until we put a door there. When I was designing the interior of this bus, I actually incorporated a 9-foot attic space above the bathroom. This will give me plenty of storage when I'm living in the bus, but more importantly, it's a great place to put the dehumidifier. So the dehumidifier is sitting right there. Look at that. Yes. When you're living in a bus, or any tiny home really, one of the problems you're going to run into is humidity. And to put it simply, humidity is how much water is floating around in the air. Usually your ACs take care of this, but in my bus, the area is so small, the ACs will cut off before it can get all the moisture out of the air. And if the humidity level gets too high, it can cause mold growth and a ton of health problems. So this dehumidifier, in my opinion, is completely necessary to this build. That is amazing. We also took the time to run a kitchen vent and 2 bathroom vents. Then we routed these vents to the outside of the bus, where we could finally put on our bathroom ceiling. And now we could somehow turn this mess into a luxury bathroom.
Okay, this is the fun part. We get to do some waterproofing.
The shower is obviously one of the most important parts of any bathroom because it's something that will be used every single day. This shower is big enough to fit 2 people at one time with dual shower heads and dual controls and dual sprayers. We even incorporated a little shelf to hold shampoo and stuff. While my dad was working in the bathroom, I was working on the front and the back of the bus, putting in the office and the loft ceiling. I think it's really cool to have a section of curved ceiling to remind you you're still in a bus. Plus, they give me a little extra height where I need it.
See what they look like. Oh man! Wow!
Back to the bathroom, we're finally installing the tile. Kelsey and I wanted this whole bathroom to look luxurious and feel like a spa, so we used the same high gloss tile everywhere. And for now, the bathroom was done, and it's time to move on to the kitchen.
Colby and I just got done designing the kitchen in the bus. Look at it. Oh, it's gonna be insane.
Cabinet day is always my favorite. You're about to see how these cabinets transform the whole kitchen. And while Colby was installing cabinets, I started working on the very nasty driver's cab to make it to an area I'd actually want to spend a couple hours in. All this is getting a makeover. To fix all this mess, I had to strip all this stuff down to nothing. And yeah, it looked pretty scary. But this is the only way I could clean it properly and rip out the entire floor. So we're about to fill in this empty space with our overhead cabinets. Here goes nothing. You see those little marks inside those top cabinets? In those top cabinets are going to be these can lights that connect to a dimmer. So we'll have some ambient lighting on the very top cabinet. Back to the driver's cab, I decided to go ahead and repaint my plastics because they look so old. Then I put a nice new vinyl floor down. I ended up making the cab go from this to this. Back to the opposite side of the kitchen, we assembled the bar. This is basically my kitchen table and will seat up to 4 people. And now all the cabinets were finally ready for paint.
Wow. What a good color.
Once the cabinets were done, we were finally able to move on to the more detailed stuff, like putting up the crown molding to hide that last little bit of curve. And the window trim. Then Colby got to work on the cabinet doors, and even made the top ones with frosted glass panels. Once they were all primed and painted, he put them up.
This is one of those things where I've been wanting to do it, but not wanting to do it, and that is getting this huge washer dryer in the bus.
One of the things I promised Kelsey was a full-size washer dryer, and the space we made for it was perfect. But the problem was getting it around the stairs and through the hallway.
Can you guys set it down something?
Yeah. Step. Lean it up. Okay, lean it back down. Lean it back down. Lean it back down.
Hang on.
Now set it in.
There's no way we're lifting it up our stairs.
Obviously this unit's a little big, so we figured out how to take the dryer off and we put it in the office.
The original plan was to get this in here before we put the stairs up.
Then once the washer was over the stairs, we could put the dryer back on, where we could barely squeeze it in the spot that we made for it. The idea was to make it really tight where it wouldn't wobble around while you're driving, but it probably could have been a little looser.
I hope this thing doesn't break.
because it's not coming out. Then we installed our full-size refrigerator, which was actually way easier than the washer and dryer.
Dude. That could not look better.
This is your freezer right here, dude.
Dude, this is crazy.
This is the biggest part because you have...
At this point, we're about 4 months into this build. Kelsey still has absolutely no idea that I'm going to propose at the beach. I've known her for 6 years, and for the last 3, she's been patiently awaiting the question.
Hey, babe.
What's it missing?
I don't know.
What's it missing?
I don't know.
What is it missing?
What most of you guys probably don't understand is she's been supporting me since day 1. Literally, on the first video of this channel, she stayed with me during that entire challenge.
Babe. Thank you. Thank you so much. Today's one of the most important days of the entire build. We are starting on the roof deck.
And why is the roof deck so important? This is where I'm doing the proposal. Putting railings on this deck is very complicated because the bus is already at the legal height limit. So I designed custom brackets that bolted onto the sides, allowing the railings to fold down when they're not in use. The same as it did 6 months ago. So it's finally time for a paint job. Meanwhile, I booked the perfect campsite 5 hours away, right on the beach. And on the inside, my dad killed it with the backsplash in the kitchen. And then we installed the beautiful curved hood vent that Colby made. With a couple more finishing touches like the office and the mattresses, the bus that we've been working on for the last half year is done. This is our new house. Kelsey, you ready to take our house to the beach?
Yeah.
Let's go!